Okay, hello everyone. This is Eric from Etiquette, and yeah, it's a different episode for today. I'm not at home like I usually am. I am actually on the road, so that is why I don't have the amazing lighting to make me look good. Yeah, I'm away from home, so it's very new to me. If you're there, just put your name in the comments. I'm using my phone right now, so it might not be as easy to do things, and I know I don't look as great as I usually do. But welcome to today's live stream. So, what have I been doing this weekend? Actually, on Friday, actually, I took a small trip for today. For those of you who don't know, I live in Daegu in South Korea, which is more in the center of South Korea. But to this weekend, I took a trip up to the north, to Seoul. Hello, everyone. Put your name in the comments. Where are you from? What are you doing? Anna, hi. Good to see you. Thank you so much for your nice message. And I'm so happy to hear everything is going well with the university, with your masters. I really hope that the activities help. I'm always so happy to get feedback. Everyone, just say hello so that I know who's there. Actually, today I'm not at home. I'm traveling. I'm on tour. This weekend I went for a big trip. I went hiking up north near Seoul, and today I came to Seoul. I actually just made it to my friend's apartment where I'm taking this live stream. So hello to everyone. I know I don't look as handsome as I always do, but bear with me. So actually, Mrs. Abiola, how are you doing? Um, yeah, I went hiking yesterday at some beautiful spots. I saw some nature. It was so good to get out. I had this big backpack and I had this heavy coat, but the weather was amazing. Nita from Malaysia, hi, how are you? Yana, hi Yana, from Ukraine. So pleased to have you. Everyone, welcome. I know I don't, everything isn't the same, but let me tell you about my weekend. If you have any questions, please put it in. Sherry, nice to see you. Sherry, I really like all the support you've been giving me. I really appreciate it. Muhammad, how are you doing? And Nita, good. Yeah, what have you guys been doing this weekend? So, like I said, Letty, how have you been? RD from Sudan, hi. I'm RD from Sudan. Sherry, pleased to see you too. Yeah, so I went hiking yesterday and then today I came back to Seoul. Now, I am, ever since I was young, I've always lived in smaller towns or cities. And for the last 10 years, I've been in South Korea and I've always lived in some of the smaller cities in the south. Now, if you're in South Korea, the majority of the people live in Seoul. And if you live outside of Seoul, you're considered rural. And for me, it's so strange coming up to Seoul because I feel like I'm from the town, and when I come to the big city, I see all the lights, and I see everyone looks so handsome, they look so stylish compared to what I look like. So I always think, wow, it's so amazing. You really see the individual people out there. There are so many out there in the world. So I'm so grateful to see everyone out there that I feel like I can connect with and that I know. Out here I feel like I don't know anyone. So it's a very interesting experience for me. Moat, hi, how are you doing? From Vietnam, I'm guessing. Darshatna Jas, hi. Patel, Noor, hi. Zara, hello, how are you? And then also from Saudi Arabia, Shadia, Sumera from Oman. Wow. I have a friend. This is a funny story among the professors. One of the professors at the university, one of my good friends. There's a running joke where he spent some time teaching in Oman and he really had some great experiences. And he had this way of saying, this one time in Oman, and so everybody always laughs at that, but he really enjoyed his time teaching there. Letty, your thoughts? Yeah. And Sandra, you're always welcome, Sandra. How are you doing? Um, yeah, so it's very interesting. I was so busy today. I kind of, I'm with my friend, and my friend tells me, Eric, you know what? You should be a bit more active. And I totally agree because I get set in my lifestyle. I work at the university, I go to the gym, I work on my videos. and then in the evenings I come home and I rest. That's my life. That's basically what I do. And it's but when you compare that to maybe a life in a place like Seoul, where people are always active and there are so many interesting things going on, I don't know if I could make it. It's to be honest. Mom, hi mom. Did you see all the food I ate? So I came to Seoul, and there aren't many South African restaurants in South Korea, but I went to the one place. It's called Broi Republic, and it's got a lot of meat. And I went there with my friend, and I ate so much. I'm so full. I'm actually really happy. I'm using my phone right now, and I'm so happy you guys can see what's going on down here, because I think I gained a couple of kilograms. But I did do a lot of walking. I did a lot of sightseeing, got into nature. And I think for us as teachers, it's very important to unwind and to walk around and, experience something outside of just being with people, maybe get into nature and breathe, I think that's the one thing that I also enjoyed, is just getting into a new area and the smell. If you get out into nature or to different countries, you really appreciate what everything smells like. Nalima from India, hi. It's good to see you. Manal, hi. Sumera, I'm from Pakistan, but you teach in Oman. Yes, Omanis are very generous people. Moat, I'm good. Okay, everyone. So tell me about your week, because, like I said, I've had an interesting week. I was working most of the time. I've been very busy. I didn't get even one chance to go and work out. And then Friday I was busy, and today I came to Seoul. Such a unique experience, but. It's weird. The majority of people, they live in these smaller cities, but as soon as they get to the big city, they stay. They never go away. And I kind of wonder, what do you guys think about that? Because for me, I've lived in Korea a long time, and I've only been up to Seoul maybe once a year. Actually, this last year, I had to come to Seoul to do some presentation. So I've been here 4 times, and that's more than I've ever been before. And it's very interesting. Hi from Turkey, Merhaba. I remember that, Merhaba. I'm not going to forget it again. Sherry, how's the weather in your country? It's raining here now, and it's awesome. Yeah, I think you said something about it's going to rain. Hi from Algeria. I really love everyone. Hola, Mario. I forgot how to say it. How do you say how are you in Spanish? Guys, how do you ask? I know it. I just need to see it again. From Algeria, so many great supporters from Algeria. What is your name? My name is Eric Wesh, and I've got a middle name. I bet some of you know my middle name, some of you don't. But yeah, so what is your experience? Are you guys from large cities? Because for me, every time I come to Seoul, I think, yeah, it's fantastic. There's a lot going on, but really, I just want to, I want my own space. I want to do what I want to do. Pronunciation of Merhaba was good. Wash hands. Okay. Oh, is that a symbol? Okay. The thing is, when I use this app, I can't always see all the things going on. Esto buen es y usted. Estoy bien y usted. I know I can say it right. Muy bien is, that's good, right? Was good. Muy bien. Hello from Mongolia. Shugama, hi. I've got some friends now from Mongolia. Really nice people, very interesting, and I hope I can spend some more time with them. It's been an interesting week. We're coming. Anyway, talking about the weather. Was asking about it. I was expecting very cold weather, but so far it's been a warm fall. You walk outside and it looks like fall. You can see the leaves changing and it looks beautiful out in nature. But I brought this thick, you guys can't see this, but I brought this thick coat with me to come hiking and to walk around. And then I spent 2 days, because we were walking around everywhere. I spent 2 days holding this coat in my arm. So maybe I'll have huge muscles at the end. Who knows? Patira, hi, how are you doing? Okay, guys, nobody has asked me a question yet, so please ask me a question. I'm very interested to answer some questions. I feel last week I had some questions that I want to revisit, and I will revisit again. But if you have any questions about teaching, if you want to share any of your experiences, what you've done, please share that with us. Actually, this is fantastic for me, because Like I said, I went to the South African restaurants and I ate a lot of meat. It was so good. I was just eating, trying all the different meats and salads. Really enjoyed it. Hello from the Philippines. Chia, have you ever been? How have you been? I've been good. I've been good, but a part of me wants to. I really like routine in my life. I think it's great doing new things because you open yourself up to new experiences. But I think the way that you improve and you become successful is hard work and doing it consistently. Because anyone can work hard for a short amount of time, but if you can work well, you don't have to push yourself too hard. But if you can work consistently for a long time, you kind of enjoy it. That's the way I feel. I feel like if I start working hard on a project and I can focus on it, that is heaven to me. If I had to bounce around between ideas and projects, I wouldn't be happy. So my hope is that this vacation, I'm not going to travel anywhere. I'll probably go for some trips for snowboarding or something. But I really just want to sit at home where in the mornings I can go to the gym and in the afternoons I can work on all these ideas I have. So, for example, many of you have asked me for activity videos and also a video on writing games and activities. And I wrote the script and I think it's going to be a really good video, but I still need to shoot it. And I'm also busy working on the December videos. I haven't even started filming. I need to make a video every day for December, and I hope I can get those done. Kifayat, Kifayat, hi. Me, Pakistan, appreciate your accent. What's your nationality? I'm actually from South Africa, but I think even South Africans are going to disown me. Let me explain why. Because even though, thank you so much for your compliments on my accent. Originally, South Africa used to be a British colony. So many of the students learned British learn English in a British accent. So originally, I sounded more British. But ever since I came to Korea and I taught here, a lot of the students prefer an American accent, and I was also I was also opened up to more American accents. So some of the words and some of the things that I say sound a bit more American, which I enjoy, which is fine. Hakim An. Hi, from Vietnam. You've joined for the last 3-4 weeks. Thank you so much, Hakim An. How have you been? I think I asked you before, where in Vietnam are you from? Are you from Ho Chi Minh or are you from Hanoi? I think I asked you before, but please tell me again. Julia, could you tell some websites or books to follow for classroom activities for English learners? I want to improve myself this term. Okay, actually, sorry about that. There's a new website I found that I really want to share with you guys. Who told me? Catty told me about this. Catty told me from, so Catty has a site on, has a group on Facebook called, what is it? Group chat. Oh, Letty, what is Catty's group called again? The chat group? So she has a chat group where you can practice English, and she actually told me about this website that I'll quickly look up and tell you about. It's amazing. It's really good for activities. But I think as a teacher, you should spend a little bit of time to create it and put in the vocabulary. Games and activities shouldn't be the primary focus of what you're teaching, but it should help reach your students, or it should make teaching fun for your students, but it shouldn't be the main thing. Gia, would you mind sharing us how to handle a kid with an ADHD? That's a great one. Muz from Malaysia. Letty, we finished the 22nd for Christmas. I think as we won't be able to travel, I think you should organize something for this group. Chatbox. Thank you, Letty. Asomedin. Hi, good to see you. Okay, Letty. Yeah, so there's a group called Chatbox on Facebook. They are also on YouTube. I put them in my, I did a live stream with them. It was so much fun. Check out, if you want to join a group where you can practice your English, it's a fantastic group. I love it, Chatbox. can check it out. Okay, then let's go back. Letty, you say that we should do something for Christmas. Actually, I think you might be right. So I'm planning on making a lot of videos for Christmas. Maybe we'll ask people when they are free. If it should be Christmas Eve, I think most people are free. But if it's Christmas Eve for me, I think it's maybe Christmas morning for everyone over there. Okay, I'll think about it, Letty. Maybe the Sunday before that, we can do something special. Maybe the Sunday before Christmas that I usually have my live stream, maybe we can do a Zoom call or something like that where everybody joins if you want to, and then I can live stream that if anybody is interested. That's a good idea. Thank you, Letty. Now, back to the question we had. Gia, a kid with ADHD. Okay. Attention deficit something disorder. What is the H for? I can't remember what the H for is for. Okay. Now, first of all, these days, kids are way more active, and there might be many reasons for it. The problem I have with it is that so many teachers just diagnose a kid with ADHD. And a lot of parents do that too. You know, their kid has a lot of energy jumping around. They don't listen for commands. They can't focus on one thing. And so a lot of parents and teachers, they say, oh, this child has ADHD. They can focus. That's the main reason. Put them on medicine and that helps. And I want to be cautious of doing that. And obviously, maybe you know this. I'm just saying it for everybody else who hasn't, who doesn't know. Because I remember when I first started teaching, a lot of the kids, they just had this doctor come in, I think a psychologist, and they tested some of the kids that were naughty or didn't perform well, or, they misbehaved. And and they just said, okay, you've got ADHD. And that is a big mistake. I know a lot of old school teachers will say, or parents will say, is, if you spank them, they will start to focus. But I think, so first off, I think there are many reasons. First, you want to make sure that they are focused on the work. They get enough time to play outside, and when they're inside, they can focus. That means that you've got no issues with discipline in the classroom. They can sit still, they can focus, and the activities and the work they do is also important to them. So first of all, if you can manage your class, if the student is great in class, obviously that's not because of ADHD. One thing I will say is I have had students but then you get students that really have issues with it, where students that struggle to concentrate and look away. But I would say the majority of students that I've had that really, I think, had ADHD, it wasn't a problem with their behavior. They weren't like acting out and jumping around or very loud or, misbehaving. It was mostly students that basically they just looked around, or they would do something and something else. So I would check, if you were with a student and they diagnosed that student with ADHD, make sure if they get very emotional very quickly, I doubt that's ADHD. I think that is more some problem at home, some problem with them and their friends, some issue. That means it's some external issues. If a student emotionally reacts to things that happen in the classroom, then I would say it's not ADHD. I'm not a doctor. This is just my personal opinion. So in that case, you want to give that student special attention. If they do act out and they're very emotional, you want to sit them down, you want to talk with them, you want to have some kind of classroom management plans specific for that student to make sure that they can focus. Put them somewhere in the class near you where you can help them. If they have issues with the work, make sure they understand the work before they start. Then there might also be students that are just naughty, students that maybe they ate too much sugar, or maybe they get too much attention at home. So now they just act out and they want to be the alpha in the class or the joker in the class. And then some of their parents just said, oh no, they've got ADHD, they've got to take this medicine. Once again, that's a problem with their behavior. But if a student does have ADHD, like legit, the student cannot focus. It's like their mind cannot stay focused on one thing. They they move around, they can't sit still, they have difficulty completing the work or working with others. If that's the case, in that case, you have to make sure they have the right medication. And also, you've got to make sure that the class is aware of this, and also talk to the student. Make sure that the student understands that they've got to take their medicine. And if they have issues in class, they should come to you so that you can help them and give them extra guidance. But I would say in 90% of these cases, it's some kind of misbehavior that is classified as ADHD that is actually classroom management. And that is when a student has some kind of issue at home, or they're just trying to be the class clown. That is my personal opinion. I'm not a professional. I'm a professional teacher, but I'm not a professional doctor. Guys, what do you think? I've been talking non-stop for 15 minutes. What do you think? Let's quickly go through this. Special hellos for great character teacher, Fadi Bort. Hi. Fatira, nice to see you, Eric. I'm an English teacher from Indonesia. Hi, so nice to have you. Nita, how do you teach online writing skills for age 4 to 6? Nita, I have fantastic news for you. I'm going to bring out a bunch of activities for writing activities for age 4 to 6. So at that age, they're basically just learning the alphabet, they're learning basic words, they're learning phonetics. In that case, you're going to connect that a lot to pictures, visual aids, to toys, online writing skills. You're going to want to, even if it's online writing, if it's typing skills, that's a little bit different. But if it's writing skills, if they've got a notepad, they should be able to show it. With their notepads, encourage them to draw pictures too. If they draw something like apple, let them draw an apple and then give a prize to the student with the best looking apple, right? Let students group write. If they're typing or if they're writing, say, okay, that's a team, quickly write me a sentence together. Everybody write down one word. Another fun thing I have is to give them words. So let's say you have Zoom, for example. Open up the whiteboard, say, everybody write down one noun, write down one action word, write down one something. And then once everything is written on the board, now tell them, okay, I want you to pick 3 words and I want you to make a sentence perhaps. Or you can say, I want you to pick 3 words and quickly write them down. So I think that's a great way for students to add something to the conversation. If they are very young like that and they can't write yet, first let them draw the object and then ask them if they can spell it out. Like say, okay, everyone quickly write it down. So let them draw a picture of something on the Zoom whiteboard. And then you say, okay, that's an apple, that's a bee. Okay, everybody quickly try and write down apple. And the kids write down and they show, and then you say, they are right. Everybody copy them and write it down. So you really want to make writing fun for them, and you want them to connect that writing for them to the object or to a picture they drew. If it's phonics, definitely if you, it's just like phonics books. It's going to have, let's say it's S, right? So you're going to have snake or snail or sock, okay? And then the students can control that. Okay, that's just some ideas. And then obviously the students need to copy. Okay, where are we? Mrs. Opiola, I saw the chat box this week and I loved it. Yeah, it was really interesting. So guys, for those of you who don't know, chat box, it's on Facebook. It's a group. It's run by Katty, one of a great, I would say, a really nice person. I love that group. And she invited me and another great podcaster to go on and just talk about stuff. And I went on there and I was a little nervous, but I think we had a good time just chatting. I think the reason I feel so comfortable is that, you know, even though I'm not at home right now, I'm just talking on my phone. I've had a year's experience just talking, and I'm so happy that you guys are still joining and talking along with me, because I know I can just go on a rant. So yeah, guys, I'm really thankful. Oh, and that wasn't gas. That was like when I was younger and I played sports, we used to, and let's say you scored a goal, I used to go like this. So no, it wasn't, I didn't have gas. It was just a a special move, like when you score a goal. Moat, I have a question. When teaching, I talk too much and now my throat and my voice is sore. Please tell me some activities to reduce teacher talking time. What a great question, Moat. Okay, yeah, as a teacher, you're supposed to help your students and be a role model, but class is so much better if you get the students to be active. What I like to do with my students is I give them an activity to do, or I give them, I put them with a partner and I say with a partner, ask each other questions about your week. If your topic is sport, say, okay, everyone, quickly talk to your partner. You can maybe write some questions on the board, 3 questions. What's your favorite sport? Who's your favorite sport like player or athletes? Thank you. Who's your favorite athlete? And if you could be good at any sport, who's your favorite team? Okay, let's keep it basic. The students ask their partner, and then you say you get some feedback from the students. So you're not doing all the talking. You're supposed to delegate the students to do the activities. When they're finished with that, now say, okay, everyone, I want you to make a quick conversation about sport with your friend. Quickly make a conversation. They make the conversation. You just walk around, you correct them. You can write down some words that you heard, and then you say, okay, everybody, rock, scissors, paper, all the groups, 1 person from each group. The group that loses has to do their conversation to the class, and then you say, okay, everyone, I want to get some vocabulary about sports. Give me, put them into groups of 3 and say, okay, I want you to write down as many words related to sports as possible. So you are doing the work. You are delegating it in the activities. So in the groups, they're writing down all the words for sports. You turn around and say, okay, this group, give me some words. Each person, give me a word. Write it down. And then you say, okay, everyone, I wrote down 10 great sports words. Let's say, and then you want to teach them about the present continuous tense. You say, okay, he is kicking the ball. They are kicking the ball. We are playing soccer. You write down some sentences as activities. You ask the students to read, and then you say, good, final activity. Here are your words. I want everyone to make me, in your groups, make me 5 sentences with the present continuous tense and sports. The students are doing all the work. You are just guiding them. And that's what a teacher's supposed to do. And you're going to save your voice just by putting on. I would say when students are younger, you're going to be talking more, obviously. That's why with younger students, you're going to be talking more. The students are going to repeat after you. But with older students, you're going to put more of the work on them. You're still going to be a role model. You're still going to take charge of the class. But the less you talk, the better for your class, because you want to delegate and you want to push them to do the activities. I hope that makes sense. I think that's very good. How can I get a lesson plan? Kaylin. Such a good question. A lesson plan. Isn't this so okay? So the thing is, all teachers. I remember when I first started teaching, or when I was at university, and they said, you need a lesson plan. And you would just spend hours worrying about what to write down and how to explain what your lesson plan is. Writing the outcomes, writing, what the students should learn, what materials to use, what tools you need, how much time you need for the introduction, for the body, what activity should they do, what should they do at the end of the activity. Oh, okay, this time it's gas. I'm sorry. I had a huge dinner. It was very expensive, but it was so good. I ate so much. I'm full. I think I'm going to have dreams about this for a long time. But don't worry, I walked a long time. So I should be good for tonight. I still need to take a shower. I've been moving around for the past 12 hours nonstop. Okay, here's what I want to say, Kaylin. It's not that bad. Here's what you want with your lesson plan. I think it's so difficult to get to find ideas, and you get worried about how you're going to do it. First, just find your topic. Usually, you have some topic or something that you have to cover. Write down what your topic is. Everyone, give me a topic. What topic can I use? Let's say the topic is, I don't want to say hobbies. It's too easy. I don't want to say food. Give me a different topic. Let me quickly go down. Everyone, just give me one topic. I'm going down. Any topic. Okay, I've got here Betty from Peru. My topic will be Betty. Not Betty. It will be Peru. Okay, let's say our topic is Peru. Okay, I don't know a lot about Peru. Betty, don't get mad at me. Okay, Kaylin, our topic for today is Peru. So your topic for today is Peru. You are an English teacher. How are you going to use Peru in there? So first you're going to write down your header, and then you're going to write down what language do you want them to learn. Maybe it's, well, it could just be talking about Peru, or it could be, let's say it's the past tense. Okay, it's a simple past tense. So then you're going to say you want the students to learn about Peru. You want them to practice the past tense. What tools do you want? This really doesn't matter. I don't even think you need to put that in there. People care about that. It doesn't matter. But if the students have a textbook, you can write that down. If you have a whiteboard, it really doesn't matter. Then there are three things. There are maybe the main thing is, what do you want your students to learn at the end? And I wrote that down. I want them to be able to use the simple past tense. I want them to know about Peru. Then you want to do three things. First, you want an introduction. Your introduction is going to be a fun activity to get the students interested in the topic. That could be, like I said, they could play some kind of game. They can make a conversation. You can say, okay, one student is from Peru, one student is from your home country. Kaylin, I don't know where you're from. Then you say, okay, let them have this student is from Peru. What questions would you ask the student from Peru? Quickly write down 5 questions you would ask. Okay, and then you let the students walk around the room and ask each other these questions to the different students. And then, so you have some kind of fun activity you start with to get them interested in Peru. You can even say, okay, everyone, I want you to do some research. You can show them some pictures from Peru, or some sports or some foods. You can put it on the board and say, okay, what kind of questions can you ask about this? So you show them a Peruvian dish, and you say, okay, what question can I ask about this food? And then the students will say, oh, what food is it? And then you say, well, what if you ask your friend about food? What did you eat today? And then you say, oh, that's a past tense. So connect the activity, and that's your introduction. Then your body, that's going to be the main activity where the students practice. And this is where you're going to get the students to practice talking about Peru, and you're going to get them practice asking questions or using the past tense. And then your final activity, this is where the students have to produce it. And you can say, okay, well, everyone, I want you to act like you are interviewing someone to win a prize to go to Peru. Wow, that's a fantastic idea. Sometimes I get these great ideas just by talking to you guys. Let me explain again. So the final activity is one student has a chance to win a trip to Peru, but they have to prove themselves very knowledgeable on the subject. So then they have to, let's say you've got 2 students and they've got to interview students coming in, and they practice asking questions. Oh, so why do you want to go to Peru? What did you do in Peru? In Peru, I ate the Peruvian dish. I went to this famous place. I did this. So have some kind of fun activity, and then at the end, what did they learn? Okay, I know this is a bit long, but basically what I'm saying is, if you write a lesson plan, write down what do you want your students to learn, make an activity to get them interested, have a main activity where they practice the skills, and then have a final activity where you can give them feedback and they can practice it again to make sure they understand it. And that's basically what your lesson plan will be. Just write down what do they have to do in the opening activity, the middle activity, and the ending activity, and then sign your name. Yeah, that's about it. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, guys. I'm not my usual self. I'm very exhausted. I've been very busy. Julia, yes, sir. Games and activities are not the main things, but I am not good at running speaking activities. I'm not good at teaching. No, we say I am not good at teaching speaking yet. Everyone is fantastic at it. You just need a little bit of practice, and you need to change your mindset. Listen, if I was bad at teaching speaking, I would just get the students to speak more. I mean, it's not up to you. You say that you're bad at teaching speaking, but I think that you are so worried about doing a bad job or not explaining yourself well enough that you are taking up all the time speaking. So what I would do, actually, Julia, here's a good, if you're there, here's a good idea. Write down how you will explain the activities and practice that. So write down, first, I will explain the activity. Step 1, step 2, step 3, tell the students what to do. So Julia, perhaps you say, I'm not good at teaching speaking. Start by writing down step by step how you can do it, and then you prepare yourself for success. I hope that makes sense. Guys, sorry, I think that last time I was kind of all over the place. I'll start going through it again. I know I'm very red today because I've been eating a lot and I'm in Seoul. I'm not at home. Mazra, Malaysia is under Commonwealth countries, but we are exposed to American English. I'm a major as well as an English teacher of Malaysian Armed Forces. Oh, that's cool. But we are tested using Australian English. How confusing. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, well, that's fantastic. I think it's so good for students to you know, to experience all these different accents. A lot of people say, oh, I want to learn American English, I want to learn British English, but you've got to understand, if you're teaching your students, for many of the students, you are not teaching them English to communicate with Americans, Australians, or English-speaking countries. You are teaching them to communicate with perhaps other non-native speakers. You are teaching them to practice with people from other countries in Europe where they don't, where English isn't their main language, or in Asia or in South America. So you've got to prepare them not just to speak to one group, and that's why it's so great that with your courses and in your country, in Malaysia, that the students get exposed. I hate to say that, get exposed to so many languages. Oh, so silly. Okay, Mrs. Abela, I had this problem, and now I begun each class with yoga. I love that. A while ago, I saw this thing where teachers start their classes doing deep breathing, maybe for minutes, relax, or they do some yoga stretches or poses. I really like that idea, because for myself, I never did any meditation until I was in my late 20s. So I never had that experience of just being calm and being comfortable in my own skin. And I think it can be such a valuable skill for our learners to learn, is just to let go. Oida, hi. How are you, Mrs. Biela? That works for me. I bet it does. I'd like to experiment a bit more with it, with Mrs. Biela. I've had experience where I get my students to stretch and relax before class, and it makes such a difference. Because, okay, let's say it's right after a recess. The students come in, they've got lots of energy, and you say, okay, everyone, hold on. Hands on the table. Mouths closed, eyes up. Deep breath. Another deep breath. Okay, now stretch up, stretch down, touch your toes. Another deep breath, relax, and then it takes you maybe 2 minutes. But already the students are starting to think, okay, in this class, I can be calm and I can be relaxed and I can work hard. Mrs. Abiola, I like that idea. Already I sound calmer too. It's going to be gone. Ho Chi Minh, Carlos, how are you doing? I teach English to adults. That's good. To adults, even better. You can bring... Julia, you've got no excuses. I thought you were teaching to young students. If you teach to adults, you are super lucky. Adults have all this experience in life. They've got all these ideas. You don't need to teach them what an apple is, right? You don't need to teach them, or you don't need to ask them what their experience is with shopping or driving. They've had all these experiences. Now get them to talk about it. Julia, you're talking too much. I want you to write down how you want to do it, and I want you to get those adults to speak more. You've got no excuse. Okay, Letty says, I would like to know about your yoga class. I bet you're talking to Mrs. Abiola, Letty. Yes, Mrs. Abiola, let me know about that yoga class. I like that idea. I've got a lot of yoga friends. I miss my. I've usually got a light in front of me. Oh, there's a light. I wonder if I can switch that on. No, you're just going to look at me without a light. I should switch that on there. I think that's a really good idea. Mazra, how long have you been teaching in Korea, and why did you choose the country? Well, I've been in Korea 10 years now. Would you believe it? I've been in Korea 10 years, and I chose Korea because I wanted to leave South Africa. Originally, I'm from South Africa, and I wanted to leave South Africa because I felt as a teacher, well, as a young person, I wanted to see the world. I've just been studying, and I was stuck in South Africa. As a young person, I wanted to see the world. I wanted to travel, and I looked for a country where teachers are more valued, or they get a better salary, and it's easier to teach because I did work at some difficult schools in the past in South Africa. So I really just wanted an experience to get away and see a different culture, a country. And I came to Korea, and I think originally my thought was that I would stay here for 1 year and then I would move to another country. But then, yeah, I just got comfortable. And I think that is dangerous to get comfortable. But right now, I've got enough time to do my YouTube videos. I've got enough time to talk to you guys. So was it the right choice? I don't know. But I am where I am, and I've got to make the best with what I'm doing. Okay, everyone, let's go through this some more. Sorry I've been talking so long, and I'm a bit weird today. It's just because I was full and it's new. I'm thinking, I see, so I'm looking over there because there's a lamp, and usually I've got the light in front of me, but I think I'll just continue. Oida, I have to... I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to press the word. So I've been reading all your messages and I forgot to click on here. I'm using my phone for the first time. So that is why I've been... I'm sorry. Here we go. Nita, TQSM. I don't know what it says, but I feel so stupid right now. Okay, Rita, students who are overactive, unruly, they don't even listen to my instructions. Sometimes I pretend to phone their parents just to behave well, and it works. Your opinion, please. Rita, you're in the worst possible situation for a teacher. I've been there before too. It means that you need more structure in your class. You need to restart that class. You need to write down a set of procedures and rules in your class. You've got to tell your students, this is what I want you to do. The students have to agree. And from then on, the rules that you have and the procedures, you've got to follow them. You've got to totally restart that class, because normally you can do it. Let's say it's the first day of school. The students are kind of shy and they will listen to you, and you set those rules and those procedures in place. But if you're at a point where the students are unruly, they don't listen to you, and you've got to fake call their parents just to scare them, it means that you've got no authority in that class, and that you need to change that. What I would say is write down the procedures. What do you want the students to do when they come into your class? How do you want them to behave? How do they have to study when they work with others? Can they just talk? Can they move around? Can they go to the dustbin? You've got to write down all these procedures. I have a video call about that. Look it up. And then be strict about it. Say, guys, listen, this isn't working in this class. We're making new rules. Does everybody understand? Make sure the students understand. If they don't understand, send them out. Let them come back in again. You've got to take firm control of that class. Yeah, that's something I want to say. Okay, guys, I'm going to carry on. Oida, I'm going to do a lot more videos on this in the future, because I think this is the biggest problem that teachers face and that I want to fix. Ipshita, hi, how are you? I'm good, except that I forgot to press this button. So let me show everyone what I've been missing. This is what you've been missing, and I've been reading them, but I haven't been putting them on. Now everybody can see. Okay, but let's continue. Everyone, thank you so much for all your support. I think I'm doing really well. Oh, hello from the Philippines. There we go. And Mr. Mario, always. I saw chat box. Moat, here's your question. Let's go through it. Letty, about the yoga class. Mrs. Abiola, where are we? Here we go. Let us share this video with others in the group so we can increase the views. Masra, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Guys, next week I'll be back home. I'm going to bring you more good things. I'm so happy that you're here. Where are we? What are you doing? I forgot. You guys have to remind me to click the stuff. From Peru, Masra, good job. Object and pronouns, right? Food. Oh, sorry, guys, this is a bit later. Cheryl, nice to see you. Cheryl's been so active. I really like seeing Machu Picchu. Ceviche. Oh, Betty, thank you so much. Machu Picchu, of course, that's in Peru. I heard a really interesting story about Machu Picchu. Apparently, during COVID, there was a Japanese tourist that waited in Peru for 7 months to get access to Machu Picchu, which they closed down due to COVID. And then the government allowed them to go up. I think that's amazing. Whether asking and giving directions. Oh, sorry, guys, I'll do a blindfold game. Thanks you for being here for us. I actually just like watching YouTube to see your videos. Thank you, Sherry. I want to improve and give advice to improve confidence because I'm having an interview next month in English. I love preparing people for interviews. Maybe next week we can try something like that. I will share some more tips for interviews. I have done some videos on interviews in the past. Sherry, if you look up ESL interviews, I think I talked a little bit about that. If you can't find it, I'll send it to you. Mrs. Abiola, Letty, I make a dice with different positions. Cat, cow, throw the dices. They keep calm in this position and so on. No noise. Mrs. Abiola, you're getting a slow clap. You are a genius, lady. Everyone, write this idea down. Get a big sponge cube. I don't know yoga poses, but I'm sure I can go on the internet and find those 6 poses, the cow, the cat, some kind of dog, I guess. And then let the students, for just a couple of minutes before class starts, try that out. That's a great idea, Mrs. Abiola. I love that. Sherry, I always have the fear that pronounce some words. Sherry, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. You know, everybody mispronounces. I generally do it 1,000 times a day. Kaylin, I hope it helps. I know, guys, sometimes I have to suddenly explain something. I hope you guys understand where my mind goes someplace. But Kaylin, I will try and make a video on lesson planning. I'm not an expert, but I think we are too afraid of it when we first start. Just get a functioning way to do it and enjoy. Don't worry too much. LRT saves a lot of time if I make a lesson plan. LRT, what is that, Betty? And you feel more confident when you follow steps of your lesson plan. Okay, so if you have your lesson plans, it helps you to understand what to do, and it also helps you to time what you're doing too. Very good. Carlos, I'm so happy that I'm clicking this now. I'm so happy. Let's see. Mr. Mario, my problem, already told you, Eric, is get fluent in English. Mario, you can only do that by practicing. Uida, there we go. YT is loading. Sokheng, hi. Indu, yeah, I just added you. Indu is also going through some trouble with her school. Indu, I hope it's going well. Betty, great tips will do. It must have been tough at the start. I think so. Yeah, that Bride Republic lunch. Oh, yeah, Paul. Paul's my brother. Yeah, I'm still full, Paul. I ate so much. I'm so full. And I had this. South Africa has a really popular dessert called malva pudding. I had a big bunch. I had malva pudding with vanilla ice cream. Really good. Eric, come to Poland. I would love to. I'm very interested in Poland recently. I had some friends from there. Yeah, very interested. I would have loved to go to Eastern Europe first. What are you talking about exactly? Some instructions? I guess, yeah, I was all over the place. Very sorry about that. Martin, hey all, I'm a bit late. I went for a walk. Have I missed much? No, it's just me rambling. And guys, we've got 10 left. Jolly Phonics, I know it's very popular, Jolly Phonics. It's a book series. that are very good for younger learners. They've got chants in there, lots of visuals, very good. How to handle a rude colleague at work. Indu, we've all had that experience. I've had that experience recently too. Maybe I don't think I'm the rude colleague, but I've had some friction with colleagues recently. I've had a very rude coworker a couple of years ago that if you can ignore it, ignore it. If they continue with it, approach them directly and say, listen, what's going on? Why are you being rude to me? What have I done that we can solve this? Another teacher gave a fantastic comment about how to handle problems between students. And I think that can also help with colleagues. And I'm going to make a video on that because I think it's important. It's a fantastic comment where they said, listen, you're both adults. You need to go to the person and confront them and say, listen, I don't know why you are like this. Is it something that I have done? Is there anything that I have done that offended you? Is there anything that I can do to improve this relationship? Because right now I feel that things aren't. It's very uncomfortable, but I would rather do that, talk to the person directly, because if you ignore it, it's going to breed discontent. It's going to breed something bad. It's not good breeding. It's bad breeding. It's going to breed something unpleasant between you. So ignore it if it's short. If it's just for a short time. If it's possible. If it continues, confront them. If that doesn't work, and if you're not able to do it in a friendly way, you have to go to someone higher up and say, listen, there's some issue between us, and I tried to solve it. It's not working. But yeah, I think it's definitely a skill that teachers have to go through. I'm not an expert by any means, but I'd like to share some of the comments that I've heard about it and maybe do a video on that. Like I said, a lot of the teachers at my university aren't very happy with me because, well, I think it's so weird. Some of them really dislike me I think it's because of the videos I make. Remember a while ago, I made a video about going to the gym, and obviously I show right now I'm a bit full, but I show off like I'm shirtless in one of the videos. Don't go and look at it if you haven't seen it. Anyway, this one teacher, I've always been so nice to him, and we've never had like a bad conversation. We've only spoken for a short time. And then when a lot of teachers were talking about it, apparently he came out and he was so upset with me. He basically said my whole YouTube channel, it's just full of my old students, and I am a horrible teacher for some reason. And I thought, oh, wow, man, you've never even seen me taught. We've had nice conversations, and apparently he hates my guts. And I thought, wow, that came out of nowhere. Anyway, let's carry on. Not too much. I'm late again. Not at all. Actually, you're perfectly on time. I think I'm a bit slow. I need to go through faster. From England, Hanane, Rizal, good to see you. LT, how about getting the young kids to be the teacher's assistant? Yeah, see, Martin, I would do that, but sometimes, I feel like you shouldn't reward students for being bad. That's one issue I have with that. Awida, okay, thanks for the great advice. I feel I'm in trouble. I appreciate your help. Follow your valuable videos. Thank you. Coach Eric, what platform do you use for your live? I use an app called StreamYard. It's very useful. I just need to remember to click on all the comments, and I should just get some light on my face next time. For your info is thank you. I knew it, Mazra. I knew TQVM stood for thank you very no, I'm joking. Thank you so much for teaching me. TQVM, thank you very much. Okay, I learned something new. Thank you so much. Mrs. Abiola, yep, thanks. My dad's here. He says, Ueda, that's tough. I have experienced similar. Worst is when toddlers behave like that in private schools. Can your director principal help? Fake phone calls will only help once or twice. Very true, Dad. So my dad also says, try and get someone to help if you can do it yourself. I've made a few videos about lesson planning. Please check out Martin's channel. He's done a few videos on lesson planning. I haven't done any yet. just my rambling on it. So check out Martin's channel called ELT Experiences. Mazra, I love to listen to your live because your pronunciation is very clear and easy for me to understand. I'm really grateful. I know I ramble on and I talk on and on and again. It's very difficult to understand. Good vibes. Perfect. Are you still in Korea? Yes, I am. Right now, I'm visiting in Seoul, having a great time. My brother's here. He says, just to make sure there are no witnesses, deny. Fair enough. I had another teacher shouting at me in front of the students and customers. I had to take her aside and explain to her that she shouldn't shout at me and tell me to in front of students. Martin, that sounds really difficult. Oh yeah, she can. Yeah, that's right. Listen, guys, we are professionals first and foremost, but we should treat other people a certain way, and we should also expect them to treat us a certain way. So yeah, Martin, definitely. I wouldn't want a teacher to do that in front of other people with me too. So I would say, oh, can I talk to you privately? Let's do it outside, not in front of parents or other teachers or students. It's supposed to be private. And yeah, good for standing up for yourself. How to make speaking with introverted students. Make it a rule that no one is introverted. Play games where they have to be in groups. Yeah, make them part of groups where they have to speak, where it's life and, well, not life and death, but it's fun. Hi from Spain. Hi, today I started my English club. Good work, Alexandra. I'm really excited to see how it is. By the way, guys, I almost need to finish. I've taken up my friend's apartment. So I need to finish in a couple of minutes. I need to take a shower. I'm so messy. Martin, you always have some rotten apples in the workplace. If any people being nasty or belittling me, I just confront them and tell them not to treat me that way. Definitely stand up for yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to become another something to walk over, right? I wanted to say something. I got distracted for a moment. Speaking, tell them, your colleague, not to be jealous about you. Yeah, I think I'll tell him that. But you know what? It really doesn't matter. You know, of course, as long as they treat me professionally and fairly in front of other people, you know, what am I going to say? Stop gossiping about me? Fair enough. Yeah, they just need to do what they need to do. Thank you, Renee. Hi, Renee. How are you doing, Mario? I need to make sure. Alexandra, I'm your fan. Don't mind negative comments. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Thanks for everything you do. I hope to share some more good videos. I feel like recently I've just been putting out the same videos, but I've got some really good videos I want to share. Renee, you're always welcome. Hi, and Sherry, thanks a lot. You're great. Thank you. Mr. Smart, how do you do speaking with introverted students? Monet, I'm going to say it's not Monet, it's Monet, right? Mr. Smart, yeah, get your students to play games with them. And make it a rule in your class that nobody is shy. Everybody has to talk. Put them into groups, get them to work with each other. If they're shy, let them write it down and then talk about it. There are so many ways, but in my class, it's just the general rule that no one can be shy. Anna, thank you so much. You were the first one here, and you're going to be the last comment. Everyone, thank you so much for all the support. I know today is a very weird day where I was traveling the whole day, but I'm so thankful that you're here with me. It gives me a lot of energy for this week ahead, and I hope for you guys too. Have a fantastic week. I'll make some good videos for you in the near future. And yeah, everyone, have a great week. Good luck. I hope your teachers appreciate you and your students, because I definitely do. Mario, Alexandra, everyone, have a great day. Dora, hello and goodbye, everyone. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.